Hello everyone, StrangeTemplar here. Welcome back to Cudgeldeer. It is the first day of summer and no, fall. It is fall. We are halfway through our first year now, and we have had quite a bit happen and get done in our first year. I'm pretty excited with what we have accomplished for sure. It is nice to finally have a standing army. We are still working on getting them some shields, and then we are going to work on getting them some armor. But I realize that we have a slight problem when it comes to the armor, because we don't have a leatherworker shop yet. And in order to do that, we are going to need to make ourselves a knife, which won't be too hard, but the problem is we are running out of space for all of our workshops. I'm not entirely sure where I want to set this up. I guess for now we are going to set it up right here, which obviously isn't the most convenient for anybody. So I think what we're going to do is we are going to start working on expanding this area, flattening out some of these hills so that we can build out a little bit and start working on some constructions for housing our industries. We might also set up a little hut over here. I'm thinking maybe putting our woodworking stuff over here since it's going to be close to our groves. But that is one thing that I want to start working on a little bit, is getting some buildings up and working and just leveling out some of the land. So in order to do that, we are going to have to fell some trees. And the problem is if we do this, it's going to get all the layers. So let's go ahead and do it manually. So I am only clearing out the trees on this level. And then we'll have Jabba come through and flatten it down so it's even with this level. And then we will lower it down so it's finally level here. But when we're doing that, we'll probably move our military. We'll probably put a block right here to block anything coming in from here, and station our military over here so that they are able to quickly respond to any threats that may arise. And actually, now that I think about it, let's go ahead and build a soil ramp right there so that we can quickly get up and down. And then we will put a let's go ahead and set up a second set of training dummies, and we'll make them out of birch. Sounds good. And that should get Ceci working on making those, and then we'll probably set up camp right here. But once this ramp is made, we can put this here, because the last thing that I want to have happen is to have Goblin Raiders come and not be able to access us, and then we have to worry about tunnelers and all of that. So, hopefully, this will cause everything to work perfectly. And, oh, we got our first shield done. So who's that? That is Wingman. Has his first shield. And then as soon as BK's done here, we should have a shield for Sophie. And life is going to be grand, hopefully. Perfect, and there she goes to grab hers. Well, everyone is just having a nice little brawl in the middle of our entire area. So the next thing that I want to make is we have... Hold on. Let's get them back here real quick. We have a hammer for... We have a copper hammer, copper shield for Wingman, and his skill in hammer is 17. So I want to get a sword for him, and Sophie should have the hammer. Yeah, Sophie should be having the hammer, and Wingman should not. So let's go ahead and make a sword blade, which will require 3 bars and 1 hilt. So we'll have to make a hilt here as well. There we go, and we can make that out of any wood that we want. And Ceci should have that made here pretty darn quick. And then we'll finally have copper weapons and copper shields, and then we'll be able to focus on making the copper armor that we need over here. But as you can see, Like the breastplate will need leather straps, and leather straps will come from this leatherworking. So hopefully soon we'll get all of that made for everything here. And hopefully this isn't suspended. This should go hopefully quickly. We'll get that up and running. Oh, for a second I thought that was a goblin. Nope, that is just Zen. Going and grabbing some stuff. Wait, the music's changing. Okay, we're good. It always freaks me out when the music changes because sometimes that means that we are being attacked. So I want to always be a little bit safe when it comes to that. And let's go ahead and build a soil wall right there to block anything coming in from this side. And then this will be the main entry point. And that will give us room to quickly move around over in this area. And hopefully we don't have to worry too much about invasions. Although we've only had one gnomish invasion, or not gnomish, goblin raid. So I'm kind of worried about the fact that there's literally only been one so far, and I want to make sure that we survive all of them. So I don't know, just a little nervous about the lack of goblins on this kingdom. So anyways, I'm sure it's fine. I'm just being paranoid, as I always am, but not something that I learned to live with. We also want to set these up to be foraged, these cotton areas, and we should be good to go. So I think, oh hey, we have another set of yaks. What do we have here? We have a, wait, quickest way to check that is not the kitchen, but the butcher shop. Nope, that's the bone cover. Where's the butcher? There it is. The yak pasture. We have 2 females. Perfect. That is what we want. The more females we can get, the better. Because then they can just start popping out babies. As horrible as that sounds, that's what we actually want. And then our leatherworker is working right now. And I think I'm going to go ahead and just let everything run for a little bit. And I will bring you back when something exciting happens. See you soon. Alright, well, looks like we have a little bit of an invasion coming. It is still the second day of fall, and we have a goblin raider and a goblin fighter. So it looks like 3 goblins total. Looks like the goblin raiders generally don't have any equipment. I've never seen a goblin raider with equipment. His goal is to steal items of value, as I've mentioned, and escape the map with it. We have a regular old goblin who has also no equipment and pretty poor fighting skills. Fighting skill of 7. I think brawling is going to be what he uses with his fists, so decent, but very low dodge chance, so I'm not too worried about him. And then finally we have a goblin fighter who only has a worn copper hand axe, so I'm not too worried about him, although he can deal a fair amount of damage. He has a skill of 19 with his axe, so not too bad. But definitely something that we want to be cautious about. So I'm going to go ahead and get our foolish howlers out to attack him. And fortunately, everyone is out of the way right here, so I'm not too worried about it. I'm going to go ahead and send these guys in first to attack. And once they've engaged, I will have everyone else pile on to deal some extra damage. So let's go ahead and put it in normal time, and we should have our people come and engage first. Perfect. Okay, so Wingman is already bleeding, really, from his upper body. That is not a good start. Okay, well, now that the goblins have been engaged, we're going to take the goblin fighter and focus fire on him with everybody. And I should have had the bell rung. I wasn't really thinking. That would have been the best option, since we have a fair amount of people just sleeping down in the dormitory, but we should be okay. Let's go ahead and pile on. Let's see, Wingman, you're still doing fine. Upper body has an injured right hand, but he is really close to the bandages, so I'm not too worried. Oh, now I'm worried. He just lost his shield. What happened there? Bleeding from his left arm, has an injured left leg, left foot, and right hand, and can no longer walk. That is not good. How are we doing on... We see goblin blood, so that's good. The goblin fighter is in good health. That's not what we wanted to see. Bleeding from his left hand, has an injured right arm, and then the regular old goblin is... Not goblin blood. The regular old goblin is in good health. This is going worse than I was hoping that it would. Come on, let's... Everyone pile on here. Please. Okay. Let's get the Goblin Raider. Attack with everyone. The Goblin... Okay. Come on. Goblin... Fighter. We have everyone set to attack, so people should be piling in, but it doesn't seem like they are. So I'm not sure what's going on here. Are they running away in fear? Or what? How are we doing here? Bleeding from his right arm, so he did get bandaged up. Sophie is in good health. Okay, so at least he was able to bandage up. And, oh, he got his shield back. Perfect. Okay, I was just going to kind of skip through this, but the fact that we're actually having some decent problems with this is worrying me. I'm not going to lie. So, what do we have here? Wingman's blood. Oh, okay. That goblin is pretty much gone. Goblin fighter, how are we doing? He's still in good health? Really? And, okay. I'm not sure. Okay, one goblin is dead. How are we doing? Bleeding from his right arm and has an injured upper body. This fighter, though, is still in good health? Really? What about you? Okay, not the best situation that we've got going on here. No, Wingman! No! Why have you done... Are you serious? Oh man, Wingman, no! I am so sorry. We'll get you back in the fort. We will get another Wingman. We'll name him Wingman X8. I can't believe we lost one. No. Talon just immediately put on the helmet and is... dang it. Okay, how are you doing? Good health. Sophie, how are you doing? Good health. Okay. Man, that is very, very disappointing. Sophie can no longer walk. Talon is in good health. Okay. What? Let's figure out what happened here. She can no longer walk. The goblin is swinging with his pine log at Sophie. Dang it. The goblin's right arm is bleeding because of Graves. Talon got a hit in on the lower body. Left arm is bleeding. That's good. Goblin drops the pine shield. That's good. Is bleeding and is suffocating. What happened? The goblin swings with his worn copper hand axe at Wingman X7, hitting the upper body, slicing through the skin, and slicing through the left lung. Dang. And that's why we want breastplates as soon as possible. Just one lucky shot like that, and not much he can do. He just, I mean, went all the way through and killed him. Dang it. And then Sophie takes over taunting, and bashes with his pine shield at Sophie, but Sophie dodges. Dang it. Okay. Where is the goblin fighter? How is bleeding from his lower body, right arm, and left arm. And he's got a copper hand axe and a pine log now. Which is not a good thing. Okay, still got that. Sophie, don't die on me. From her right arm, Sophie has an injured left leg, left foot, and right hand. Sophie can no longer walk. Where are we here? Okay, he's having a bad day. Goblin has died. Okay. I'm really mad that we lost someone. Okay, Sophie needs to go get healed up. No, no, not a honey badger. Not a honey badger right now. That is definitely not what we need. Sophie, what's Trix doing? Butchering? No. Trickster is a rancher, hospital. Okay, well, hopefully Sophie can get over and get herself healed. I am so mad about this. If she bleeds to death... Come on. Please heal yourself. No, don't fall asleep on the floor! Okay, she's in good health. Oh my gosh, don't scare me like that, Sophie. She bandaged herself up and... Oh my gosh, Wingman, I am so sorry. Welcome to the fort and you are immediately gone. We will name another gnome in your honor. We will have to set up a shrine for our fallen warriors. This is not good at all. Dang it. And everyone else hopefully should be in good health. But as soon as Sophie wakes up, she will probably go and get herself a real nap underground because she deserves a real nap. Everyone else is exhausted. Okay, next time I was a little bit too cocky. We need to ring the alarm bell as soon as we see the goblins come in, because that just was not acceptable in any way, shape, or form. Where's that honey badger at? It shouldn't be coming into our fort to attack us, so I'm not too worried about it. If it does, we will all just pile on top of it and call it good, but dang, we're not prepared, I guess. That is frustrating. Well, we will have to, I think for now we'll just run Sophie as our lone soldier, just because I don't know how we're going to do pulling more people out of the labor position. So we'll have to play around with it a little bit. But now that we have a helmet and we have a breastplate, we have straps made up now. Let's go ahead and work on getting the rest of the armor that we can. We have no copper bar. Why do we have no copper bars? What? Copper cutting wheel and copper file. I didn't order those. I don't think I ordered them. Did I? What did I order them for? That's really weird. BK, why did you make those? We aren't working with jewel crafting yet. I don't think. How are we doing on ore? We have 10 ore left. Dang. Okay, let's have Jabba mine this little bit out for some more ore. Right here. And we'll get those. As well as carving out this area. That'll keep Jabba busy for a little bit. Who is Talon? We need to get you... Where's Talon? Talon, we will take you out for a second and put you back in. And then we will... I don't think we put Jabba back in. So we'll put him as a soldier. And that causes the helmet to be dropped, and it will go to Sophie now. Dang, I am so frustrated about that. We were doing so good, and 3 lowly goblins were able to take down. It was just that lucky hit right in the chest. There's not much he can do about that, though. Except get a breastplate. In fact, that probably should be our top priority, is getting a breastplate for whoever becomes our second gnome. Get a second helmet and a second breastplate, because the head and the chest is obviously the most critical areas of the body, and the most important to keep fully intact. Dang it. Okay, and then the next thing that I want to do is we are going to set up a little area right here in a 5x5. And this is going to be our hospital. So we'll have the training grounds here. We'll have the hospital right underneath it with the bandages right here. So we'll set up some beds in here and just make everything work. Exen is busy restocking the bandages, which is great. And Sophie is back to work at training. Wait, why? Matthew, stop stealing Sophie's helmet. Seriously. Okay, where's Matthew? Matthew should be in the poisonous spoons. Why is he the only one in here? Really? Okay, well, we will vacate his position there, and we will add him to the Dark Mincers. And everyone should have an S after their name, meaning that they are in the military. And Sophie, now that she's awake, can go and claim that helmet for herself. Perfect! Okay, well, at least we still have one soldier, and we should be fine without an assault for a little bit, at least. That's my hope, anyways. But I think with that, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. We're going to be working on getting a second set of armor for whoever decides to be our next soldier. And we need to put a burial place for... right now it's just going to be a stockpile. But eventually we'll have a place to bury our dead. And for now... we will put our corpses there. This is going to be a number 2 priority because it's just not good to leave the dead sitting like that. This isn't Dwarf Fortress where the dead can come back to haunt you if you don't, you know, honorably bury them. But still, this just isn't right. Well, I'm sorry, Wingman. I am very sorry that that happened to you. Like I said, we will get you back in the next migrant wave, because you were not with us very long, and you deserved better. But with that, I think I will go ahead and let you guys go. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that like and or subscribe button if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next time. But until next time, and as always, don't be a stranger. Take care.